Hi everyone, today is day 93 of a book I'm not supposed to be able to finish. I didn't do yesterday because I had a bad day yesterday and it was just, I couldn't, there was too much going on. Today is Strength and Weakness. And God, said to me, actually I made the video for yesterday, I didn't like it, so I was like, whatever. My grace is sufficient for you, for power is perfected in weakness. Most gladly, therefore I will rather boast about my weakness, so that the power of Christ may dwell in me. Therefore, I am well content with weakness, with insults, with distress, with persecutions, with difficulties, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. That's 2 Corinthians 12:9. This is a very misunderstood concept in Christianity. So like when Jesus says the meek shall inherit the earth, and like no one wants to be called meek, but do you even really know what it means? Like one of the true definitions of meekness is strength under control. So even though you can go and wring somebody's neck, you have the ability to control yourself and control your emotions. So you don't go wring somebody's neck, even if you want to. If you live in New York and New Jersey, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are very skilled at wringing your neck and or not at any given moment. And anytime we're not, it's a good thing. So when we talk about weak, when you are weak to maybe your ego, your pride, some of your sins, that is when God can work in you. You can't work on a hardened piece of clay already. In order for him to mold us to be like him, we have to be soft, moist, and ready to be molded and accept it. Once you're hardened, there's almost no going back. So if you're on that path, really stop and do everything you can to turn yourself around and to, that's why he says, come to me like a child, with open hearts and just accepting, and do that. And you will lead a much more joyful life. Joy comes from, being moldable, not from being a hard rock, for sure. As a Christian, we see around the world now, Catholics are getting shot up all over the world. And a lot of priests are getting murdered all over the world right now. You don't hear about it on the news because, no one cares. And it's, we have altar boys carrying guns. So, yes, you will be persecuted for your faith. And you will be rewarded for that persecution in heaven. In the meantime, focus on yourself, your little world, and making that the best. But in order to be molded, to be Christ-like, we have to remain soft, malleable, open. It's the only way. And all I can say is, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Don't get hard. It's never going to benefit you. You can be strong, you can have your boundaries, but once you're hardened, it's very difficult to go back, and no one really wants to be around you. And I've been the whole gamut, so I know it didn't serve me and never has. And so that's one of the things about cancer or any life-altering kind of experience, is that it's supposed to change you for the better. You're supposed to grow through things. There's a saying, get bitter, get better. You're supposed to grow. And with Christ, if you stick close to him, I promise you, you will get through it. You will grow. I'm doing this and facing this challenge, staring death in the face. I've only got a couple weeks, maybe, who knows? My breathing is really labored, so, the clots are doing their thing. And, lost my train of thought. I don't know how people can do this without faith. And I know people who don't have faith in tough situations, whether it's age or illness. Dude, I'll die tomorrow with my faith than be them. I don't care all the money, the looks, this, whatever they have, their whole life, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Not even a little hair on my head, hair on my chin, this, because that's how, when they talk about salvation, it saves you from a lot of aggravation and hard times because you don't have a GPS system in your spirit, which is a God positioning system. And that's that. So don't be afraid to be weak, meek, mild sometimes. Most of the time, especially if you're from the Northeast, we can use a little bit of that.